Hello again. Now, where this one is an anti-tank mine, this is an anti-personnel mine. This is the shrapnel mine model 1935 anti-personnel mine. Now, where the anti-tank mine needs 80 to 180 kilograms of pressure to set it off, the anti-personnel mine needs only 6 to 8 kilograms. It's an anti-personnel mine operated by direct pressure on an igniter head or by an adapter with pull igniters. When it was activated, it fired a propellant charge in the base, which ejected a small cylinder container, and it exploded 1 to 2 meters above the ground, scattering around 350 steel balls to a range of 150 meters. Now, this particular one, these holes here are various filler holes, which I do have screws for. This one here will be kind of buried up to there. Soldier would stand on here, and as he stood on it, it immediately went off. The story that soldiers could stand on mines and be perfectly safe as long as he stood on it is a bit of an urban myth. As soon as you stand on an anti-personnel mine, it goes boom. There's no holding it down with your foot. And in this case, it's fitted with the standard pressure igniter. An adapter could be screwed into it so that this standard igniter could be screwed into it. So you could have an adapter with 2 screw posts so that 2 of these could be screwed into it. And again, like with the anti-tank mine, they could be attached to a device for anti-handling. So one could be screwed into there, one could be screwed into there. So quite a nasty piece of work. And again, it would be buried up to there. Jumped out the ground. Americans called them bouncing Betties. That's the nickname they gave to them. Wasn't really an official German name. And what would happen was it would ignite, and this is the internal cylinder there. That internal cylinder there, it would be filled with steel balls. This internal cylinder would be ejected by explosive force out of the ground, kablam, and it would eject steel balls to a radius of 150 meters. So that's the German Ww2 shrapnel mine model 1935 anti-personnel mine. Really nasty piece of work. And they did say that if it jumped out of the ground, theoretically your soldier could lie flat on the ground and he wouldn't be injured by the explosion. Again, that's another urban myth. You will get injured by 350 steel balls being ejected by this thing. Sometimes they use little bits of offcuts of scrap metal because, you know, steel balls were needed for industry and things like that. So they just cut off little pieces of scrap metal and fill them in there instead. So not necessarily steel balls were in there. Some nasty pieces of work were in there. And you get all that in your body, coupled with the body of the mine, coupled with the explosive contents. It's a pretty nasty piece of work. So that's what the Americans would call the bouncing Betty, and the Americans would eventually copy it and make their own version. So that's the shrapnel mine model 1935 anti-personnel mine. Needed a pressure of 6 to 8 kilograms, will be filled with TNT, which would not only explode the mine, but it would also explode a cylinder inside with the contents coming out at the same time. Bye for now.